Located in the heart of downtown Vancouver, a handful of the top students in North America are hard at work, 13 hours a day. These students are the future computer programmers, designers, and animators of the video game industry. They travel far and wide to attend DigiPen, the only school in North America that teaches students specifically how to design and create video games.
The amount of stuff that I learned here, I would never have learned probably in 3 years of college education. It's been way above my expectations.
But if you think just because you're the best fighter on your block, or can master the 500 level of any platform game you're in, think again.
I think a lot of times students assume that because they're good at playing games, they're going to be good at making games. I think that's really wrong. There aren't too many similarities between the two. You don't sit here and plug in a couple of neat graphics and you have a game. You have to sit down and work it out. It's a long process and it takes a lot of work. And if you're not used to that, it is overwhelming.
Last year, 12,000 hopeful students applied to DigiPen, and only 77 were accepted into the intense program. And for the small percentage who are accepted, they soon realized it's not all fun and games.
I think that the first initial reaction would be surprise, because a lot of people don't expect to see serious mathematics and being taught at this level, but at the same time, after they get over the initial surprise, they actually very interested in it, because it's the first time that they see the results of taking those mathematical equations and see the results on the screen. And that's the applied part that they're very interested in.
I mean, when you're playing the game, you're just seeing what's there on the screen. But when you're programming, there's a whole world out there that you gotta think about, worry about. It's like playing God. I mean, it's like you're making your own little world in there, and nobody else can change it but you. And you get to control everything in there. The players get to play in that world, but you get to control that world. So you can make it extremely difficult or extremely easy for everybody to play.
The volume of information packed into the 2-year course is enough to boggle the mind. Students must take computer programming, physics, calculus, and scores of other applied sciences. They then must apply these concepts in lab work for another 7 hours. And that's just the first year.
Here, we don't force our students to learn the mathematical concepts. When students see a cool game on the market, they wonder how the effect is made. So we tell them, this requires matrices. You need to manipulate 3D matrices in order for the character to flip in the air, for example. So they get interested and they want to come and learn this particular concept. So this is something that is really different that we can see, that where students are coming to us to ask us to learn more.
It was a little bit overwhelming with just the amount of information coming at us. It was incredible. It was so much stuff, but to me it's like playing, so it's not so bad.
This morning we studied the tokenizer, Lex, and so forth. And this afternoon we are going to check the parser, make a grammar out of all these tokens and see how we check them.
In 1988, Claude Comair, a top engineer in the defense industry, had a dream to use his vast knowledge of computer science and mathematics for entertainment purposes. And with the help of Nintendo, he was able to turn his dream into reality.
I remember when I met with Mr. Arakawa for the first time, the president of Nintendo of America, his main concern was, my concern as well, is that we would create a school for the industry. Here, I would like them to produce games, exactly the same kind of quality of games that you see on the market. Therefore, they have to come up with their ideas. They have to come up with their books, with their game bibles, and timelines, and development lines, development routines, technical routines, etc., etc., etc. Standard among the groups, how do they talk to each other, the protocols. They have to learn all this.
As you can see from the quality of these student projects, it's no wonder the top video game companies in the world are quickly snatching up DigiPen's graduates.
Our goal is actually to provide trained personnel to enter into this industry.
It's not just trivial stuff at all. And in order to be good at it, you need the right kind of training, you need the right kind of background in order to be excellent. It is just as professional as any other.
With the continuous support from Nintendo and the superior instruction and guidance from the instructors at DigiPen, the video game companies can be rest assured that the future of the industry is in the right hands.
I'm doing something that I love. They are doing something that they love. And my aim is for them to learn sciences and solid bases that they can use in other portions of their life or whatever. They don't have to be just gamers. They could be anything they want.